Hello everyone, hello! Welcome. Today we are diving back into Car Mechanic Simulator 2015. It's been a little while since we played this game last. The last time it was for my debut stream. And I ran into a few issues with the OBS not capturing audio, but it looks like it's capturing now, which is very nice. Very good, I think. Me diving back into it, trying to eventually get to the point where we can begin doing vehicle restorations, which is my favorite part, sort of closer to the end game, kind of, with the sandbox opens up. You can buy vehicles for yourself, sell vehicles, all that fun stuff. You can upgrade all of the different vehicles, and it is so much fun. But right now, we don't quite have enough experience or money to be able to do that. So we're gonna try to begin getting just a little bit more, working on all these customer cars, just to get enough of the monies, enough of the dollars, to be able to start purchasing and restoring cars. That's where I have a lot of fun, because basically at that point you begin taking apart the entire car, and you get to build it the exact way you want. All right, it's all right. I'm trying to regain my memory. We definitely need to repair the damaged body panels. Hood, left headlight, rear bumper, right headlight, right tail light, front. Okay, so let's remove that. Left headlight, right headlight. Oh gosh, trunk, rear bumper, right tail light. Trying to get back used to WASD controls, WASD controls. Alright, body part shot. And this is for the Salem Flammo. And kind of a parody a little bit of the Ford Pinto. And if you're not familiar with the Ford Pinto had a specially designed quote-unquote safety cell fuel tank designed to kind of collapse whilst when the vehicle was rear-ended. The downside is that I need to purchase a trunk as well. The downside of that, though, is that the rear differential, the bolts for the rear differential, would puncture the fuel cell, basically the gas tank, in a heavy enough rear end collision, and then the fuel will leak onto the exhaust and cause vehicle fires. And that's not good. That's very much not good. You do not want to be inside of a burning car. Right, let's move this to the lift. So because of that, the Pinto kind of gained a reputation for being, a car a bomb on wheels. Alright, so we have two exhaust system things. Oh, we need to spray it with the factory color as well. We'll get that in a bit. Let's make sure to get this all sorted. Alright, the vehicle's loud, we're accelerating, so one of the things that's wrong with it, as you can see here, is the exhaust manifold is damaged. So let's get that off the vehicle, and let's remove the front exhaust pipe system as well, and then let's get the replacement parts for the car. Front exhaust system, front exhaust section, sorry. Exhaust, front exhaust section, inline 4, single overhead cam, and I also want the exhaust manifold. Exhaust manifold, inline 4, single overhead cam. There we go. Oh gosh. Alright, let's move. Let us put the new exhaust system back onto the car. And then we can focus on the running gear faults, which is basically suspension, steering system, all of that stuff that affects vehicle handling. Get this all nice and bolted up. And if you're working on a vehicle in real life and you're bolting something that requires like a gasket, like an exhaust or intake manifold, or a cylinder head or whatever, you want to bolt it up in almost a star pattern, starting inwards and then kind of moving outwards from there to kind of help create a really, really good seal. Alright, let's get the rear. Let's get work on the rear suspension first. Get the wheels off. See what we're looking at. Okay. Alright, well, I can see this leaf spring U-bolt definitely is in very bad shape. That bushing is okay. That shock's bad. Shock was with a cap and rear spring are all very, very bad. Alright, let's go over to this side. Let's get this rim off in the vehicle. Alright, from here, for the most part it looks like it's in half decent condition. Let's get that spring off though. That spring is definitely in pretty bad shape. Alright, let's purchase some new equipment. Alright, rear shock absorber cap, rear spring. It's A or B? It is a B shock absorber. I think. Oh, and a leaf spring U-bolt. You need one of these to replace the vehicle with. Alright, let's get the all of the components back onto the vehicle. Let's get this wheel back on. There wasn't a whole lot wrong with the rear suspension in this car. Granted, it's a fairly simple suspension system at the rear with just a lie-back. So, I could have sworn I bought more than one of the rear springs. Give me a second. Maybe I didn't. That would have been a mistake on my part. Good thing we have instantaneous delivery, as we can get equipment and parts delivered directly to us at the pretty much instantaneous. They have developed teleportation. Cars are more so just a fun project vehicle because we have instantaneous teleportation. We can have parts delivered to us right as soon as we click the order button. Okay, so what do we have here? Alright, yeah, that outer tie rod is definitely bad, as is that front sway bar link. I think that front spring looks pretty bad as well. Yeah. Oh, that rubber bushing is most certainly very, very rusted. Lots of corrosion there. Alright, we do have a decent amount of suspensions issues to sort on this side of the vehicle. I can see that. You can see the upper suspension arm most certainly needs to be removed, as well as the front shock absorber cap. Now, what else do we have? Alright, the inner tie rod here also needs to be replaced. Alright, I think... Okay, so we have indeed found all of the faults with this vehicle's suspension. Now let's get all this stuff put back together. Front shock absorber cap. We need an upper suspension arm. Upper suspension arm. And we need both an outer and inner tie rod. Oddly enough, at opposite sides of the car. Now, one thing I will note is whenever you are doing work on a vehicle, specifically suspension work, where you're disassembling the suspension, you're putting it back together, I would always recommend making sure that you either realign the suspension yourself if you have the tools to do so, or you get it realigned by a reputable shop if they have the alignment tools. Because alignment is very, very important to vehicle handling. And if your alignment is out of whack, your vehicle will definitely handle much worse off. For example, if your toe is too far out, especially at the front, you're gonna have a lot of really, really unstable steering. And if your toe is too far in, you're gonna have a lot of understeer. If your camber is bad, you're gonna have uneven tire wear across the front of the car. So for example, if you have too much negative camber, which is basically when your tire, the bottom of your tire is pointed outwards and the top of your tire is pointed inwards, that's known as negative camber. The inside of your tire is going to wear much quicker than the outside of your tire. And with that, you will have less contact with the road under normal driving circumstances. If you have too much positive camber, which is where the bottom of your tire is inwards and the top of your tire is outwards when looking at it from front, and when looking at it from the front of your vehicle, then the outside of your tire is going to be wearing much quicker. And again, your vehicle will be, not only will it be unstable if you have too much positive camber, but also, again, your tire will have much less contact with the road. And a tire can only grip as much as it is in contact with the road. If the tire is not touching the road at all, it can't do anything. So obviously the more the tire grips the road, the more the tire is in contact with the road, the more it grips the road. Alright, I think... Oh. I did not replace the leaf spring U-bolt. Whoopsie daisies. Let us fix that. And then from there we can repaint the car back to the factory color. And then send the customer on their way and we get paid. Just a little bit more dollars. Go to the paint shop. Alright, factory color. And here we go. Nice. Very nice. And let's finish the job. We got quite a bit of money for that. That's very, very good. And here we see a decent amount of inventory to sell. We do not have any upgrade points just yet. So let us take yet another job. Ooh, this one's gonna be a tough one. Let's take this one. The Bullhorn Grand Mojave. Totally not a parody of the Jeep Grand Cherokee. It has some engine issues, it's got some suspension issues, gearbox issues, which in a four-wheel drive vehicle that's going to be an absolute pain to fix, and needs to be repainted. Okay, that's going to be quite a large amount of things to replace. Oh, and we also need to remove the various body panels. Alright, front fender. Alright, front bumper. Alright, right tail light, rear bumper. Alright. Front bumper, front left fender, left tail light, right tail light, rear bumper. Alright, and this is for the Grand Mojave. Bullhorn Grand Mojave. Front bumper. Left fender, rear tail lights, rear bumpers. Okay. I forget what side headlights, so we'll be going back around to the car to get that fixed. Okay, good. There wasn't any headlight issues. That's perfect. Now let's get the vehicle. Let's get the vehicle repainted. Use the factory color. Kind of a forest green here. Take it back to the garage, and then let's work on the mechanical bits. After we sell off all of the junk parts, make a decent amount of money from doing that as well. Alright, so we have a lack of engine power. Oh, that is a lot of running gear issues. That's fine. Alright, let's go into examine mode. And let's start doing some tests to see what exactly is wrong with this vehicle. What needs to be replaced. Alright, we have 4 ignition coils. The rest of that is within acceptable parameters. Okay. Compression tester, this is do or die. Please don't be just one random piston, that's bad. Please, I'm begging you. Oh no! Okay, great, great. Yes, that's good. That's good. The game sometimes has a nasty habit of throwing just one random hard to get component at us, and the rest of the stuff being fairly surface level, which makes it very, very difficult. But no, everything is fairly good. Let's begin. Let us begin taking apart the vehicle. Let's see if the fan was bad. Nope, fan was good. Put the fan back on. Alright, let's I imagine one of the issues is the fact that the air filter is bad. I want to believe that. It's not. Yeah, okay, air filter's bad. Let's see if the air filter base is bad. No, air filter base is good. Okay, let's put the air filter back in. Air filter. Always nice when it's a nice quick to replace component that's causing some of the issues. Okay. Battery. See if that's bad. Oh, battery's good. Perfect. Alright, let's get this vehicle all nice and disassembled. Get these fuel rails out of here. The throttle up. Oh, I see the fuel filter's bad. That's fine. Cool. Okay. Get these ignition coils out of here. Thankfully, I don't have a whole lot of issues with the engine itself. Alright, we have 4 ignition coils and a fuel filter. Let's get that. Ignition coils. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get the vehicle all. Let's get the engine all reassembled. So far, so good. Honestly, this is just very, very relaxing. Even more relaxing, I'd say, than working on an actual car, because with an, with this, you don't have any random bolts that are at an odd angle that you need like 20 different extensions and universal joints to be able to get out. No, it's you don't need 20 gallons of PV blaster and a welding torch just to get a bolt off. No, the game is nice in that regards, thankfully. Get the brake disc off. Let's get the wheel hub. Oh, okay. Let's get the rear drive axle off. Yeah, the rear wheel hub is the rear knuckle axle housing. That definitely needs to be replaced. Let's get that knocked out. Oh, I need to remove the bushing. Yeah, there we go. Let's get you off of here. Let's get you off of here. Nice and easy. Alright, this rear spring definitely needs to go. Rear shock absorber. Alright, what else? I need to get this rear suspension on. This is the one component that's kind of, I need to remove everything else to get to. There we go. That's much better. Alright, there's a bad rubber bushing there. Let's get that all taken off. Let's get all the brake components off so I can get that wheel hub. I see that bad wheel hub here. And I see that wheel hub bearing. Yeah, there's quite a bit of components back here that need replacing. Oh, and I see that rear sway bar link. Okay, and I think not seeing any other bushings that are bad. All right, so sway bar rear end link. All right, rear and axle and upper housing. Bunch of rear stuff. Okay. Rear axle and upper housing. Which one? A. Okay, that's fine. Rear spring. At least one of those. Two of those. Rear wheel hub. It's a standard one. Rubber bushing, a sway bar rear end link. I think I already got that one. Yeah, and a wheel hub bearing. And there's one thing that does trip you up just a little bit. Is sometimes the game doubles up what is wrong with the vehicle on multiple different repair order checklists. So you got to be careful you don't order too many of the same item, because then you will definitely be losing money, or unless you try to hold on to the rubber bushing. There we go. All right. Oh, move back here, please. Sometimes the camera controllers are a little bit finicky at times. Let's get this rear shock absorber on. Rear suspension upper arm. This all put back together. All the crazy, super complicated, independent rear wheel drive suspension systems. Get this all bolted up. Brake pads, brake caliper. Nice. Let's get the wheel on. Big, honky, chunky boy, big off-road tires. Rear suspension arm. This all bolted up. Rubber bushing. That all bolted up. Rear suspension arm B. Put that in there. Alright, let's go back to the pad. Oh, nope, I forgot. Okay. You're gonna need to actually come off, because I can't get to that without the game deciding. Okay, you know what? That's fine. Please. Let's get the small rubber bushing one here, so I can get the rear suspension arm and then the rear springs. I want to get that on here. There we go. Now I can put the rear wheel on. It's sometimes things kind of get in the way of each other if you put it on the wrong way. Even if the game allows you to do so, it's not exactly the smart thing to do. Okay. Now, for you, what am I missing? The rear wheel hub bearing, rear drive axle, and yeah, the rear rim. Alright, and that's a decent chunk of the stuff that's wrong. Alright, let's get some of the gearbox faults fixed as we kind of work our way towards the center of the car and then towards the front. And then we can finish off with the oil change. Yeah, let's get this transfer case off, because that is definitely an issue. Get the starter off. Thankfully that can be accessed from under the vehicle. For certain front-wheel drive cars, that is not the case. That definitely makes things difficult, as you need to lower your vehicle back down. Let's get the pressure plate off. There we go. Alright, let's get these gearbox issues resolved. Where is the transfer case? There it is. Beautiful. Pressure plate back on. That helps engage the clutch, which basically acts as a disconnect switch, a variable pressure disconnect switch, let's say, between the engine and the transmission. Because the engine, you want the engine to keep moving in your vehicle, even when you are stopped. You do not want the engine to stall out. But at the same time, you want your vehicle to be able to stop occasionally. And so the clutch, it's a torque converter in an automatic transmission vehicle, but it's a clutch in a manual transmission vehicle. And basically it acts as a disconnect between the two, so that way the engine keeps spinning whilst allowing the wheels themselves to remain stationary. Oh, okay, quite a lot of issues here, I see. Alright, let's get these off. Let's get this wheel hub off so I can get the axle knuckle housing. Sorry, the front steering knuckle. Oh man, this thing is... it looks like it's had a few too many winters without being replaced. Upper arm, steering knuckle itself is bad. Oh gosh. Okay, yeah, I'll get this too. Game. Let's get you off of here. Now I can remove you. Let's remove this tie rod. I gotta go back to this side so we can remove the steering rack. Because basically you need to remove a decent chunk of the suspension in order to get to the steering rack. There it is. Steering rack. Let's get this front sway bar off. And I see a rubber bushing there that needs replacing. There we go. And that should... Yes. Okay. Cool. I need a rubber bushing. Let's get that in there. Rubber bushing. Sway bar. Front sway bar. Kind of front sway bar. B. For a big old truck. Alright, we need a steering rack. That's a very expensive component, but we do get a decent amount of money back from repairing that, which is good. Alright, 2 outer tie rods. So let's get those in. Alright, we need a sway bar front end link. Just a single one, a B variety. I think that's everything on this side of the vehicle. So now I can work on the mess that was the passenger side of the vehicle. Yeah. Right. Okay. Front steering knuckle C, that's good. Let's get that. Put that in there. Let's get everything bolted up to that, so it's not just floating in place and the customer can eventually drive this vehicle away, so that we can get nice and paid. Oh gosh, I forgot bottom suspension arm and upper suspension arm as well. Bottom suspension arm. And there is no sub B component. Alright, sway bar front end link. We already purchased one of those to put on. A wishbone shock absorber. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Let's remove you. Front spring. Let's get a nice, beautiful, brand new one. Alright, we need to replace the upper suspension arm. And you gotta be careful because there's an upper suspension arm. No, sorry. I apologize. It's bottom and lower suspension arm that the game kind of trips me up on. Those, you gotta be very, very careful with. Because both of them can technically mean the same thing, but be very, very different components. Alright, I just now need to replace the engine oil and the engine oil filter. And this is a double overhead cam V8 engine. So let's get that tablet open. The V8 engine filter. Let's go get our drain pan here. Place it under the vehicle. Now, if you're ever doing oil changes on your vehicle, make sure you do recycle your oil or take it to a proper place for disposal. Most automotive shops will actually take, at least in the States, I'm not sure where it is in other countries, but at least in the United States, most auto shops will take your oil from you, and you just have to log, you know, how much you gave to them, and they will properly dispose of it for you. Oh, I'm glad I caught that. I almost forgot the starter. The car wouldn't be able to start without the starter, so let's make sure we put that one there. There we go. All right, let's put in the brand new oil. Glug, glug, glug. It's a very thirsty engine, needs lots and lots of oil. Now, normally in real life, you'd use the oil capacity specifications in the owner's manual or from whatever shop software you use to, you know, determine how much oil to put in. There we go. But thankfully, the game kind of automatically kind of tells us when the vehicle is at roughly the usable point. Ah, we got lots of money from that one. Lots and lots of monies. Still don't quite have enough experience points to be able to get to start restoring vehicles yet. But we at least have a decent amount of money so that our first vehicle could be a very, very nice one. Alright, what's wrong with this? We need to spray the factory color. We need to fix the body parts, and we need to sort out the exhaust. So front left fender, left headlight, front bumper. Alright, right headlight's fine. And the trunk. Oh, and the left tail light. Alright, and this is the Piccolo. Alright, front bumper. Left tail light. Let's get this all on so the vehicle looks nice and new. Front bumper. Alright, is it both fenders? It is both fenders and the left headlight. Got it. Left headlight. Right fender. Left fender. Get this all nice and bolted on there. There we go. Alright, now we can move to the paint shop. Let's get this vehicle painted back to the factory color as the paint, you know, and that's usually with any time you need to replace the body panels on a vehicle in real life. It is good to kind of either do some color matching to make sure the vehicle is, you know, those body panels are painted back to the original color, or you want to kind of repaint the entire vehicle depending on if you want to keep the factory color or not. Oh, yep. Hi there. That's the exhaust manifold. That definitely needs replacing. That is fine. Let's get that all unbolted. Alright, let's go back to the car part shop. Exhaust manifold. Where are you? There you are. Perfect. Alright, and we're going to have quite a bit of parts to repair under the vehicle, but it should be very, very quick. Get in. Alright, front exhaust section, middle muffler, and rear muffler. Exhaust. Front exhaust section, middle muffler, rear muffler. There we go. Now we can put this back onto the vehicle. Lower the vehicle back down. and then put on the exhaust manifold and that heat shield, which will basically kind of prevent the heat from staying inside of the engine bay, and it'll kind of, you know, allow the heat to stay within the exhaust system so that it can be removed from the vehicle out the tailpipe, as opposed to staying within the engine bay. Because your engine likes being nice and at a proper operating temperature, and having the heat from the exhaust build up within the engine bay definitely isn't good for the engine. Awesome, there we go. And a fairly quick job, we got $4,000 from that, plus the money we made from selling all the other components, the scrap, shall we say. Alright, let's take another quick job. Trying to get past that 6,000 experience threshold. Alright, damaged body panels. Left tail light, left rear door, rear right door. Got it. Door. And then left tail light. And this is the gear end? Yeah, gear end. Alright. Left tail light, right rear door, left rear door. Nice and easy. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Now let's move it to the paint shop. Let's get the car painted back to its factory color. Very, very nice. Alright, and now we just have 2 issues with the gearbox. So let's put it on the lifter. Let's take a peek underneath. Double check to make sure we don't need to remove. Yeah, we do. Okay, I'm glad I checked that. We need to remove the starter from this side of the vehicle first. And we can raise the vehicle. That we can actually take off the transmission. Alright, let's get up under it. To move the drive shaft. Bolts in the front. Boop, 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 boop. To move the bolts in the rear. And if you're watching, you have any questions as to what any of these components do or anything, please, by all means, do not hesitate to ask. I am more than happy to gush about various automotive components. Right now we are removing the big old gearbox, and we can take a look. Alright, that clutch release bearing is pretty bad. That's one of the components that needs to be replaced. And then, clutch plate's good. The flywheel itself definitely needs to be replaced. Okay. Take a look at the gearbox components. Flywheel, clutch release bearing. And the flywheel, basically it's used not only to help balance the engine, to help reduce vibrations as the engine's spinning around at multiple thousand times a minute, but also the teeth in the flywheel are used to help start the engine by the starter motor engaging with those teeth and then spinning really, really fast and using a whole bunch of electrical power to start the engine. Which is why if your battery is ever starting to die, trying to start your engine is going to be one of the more difficult things you have to do. And that does remind me, at least in the northern hemisphere, as winter is rapidly approaching and the weather is getting much, much colder, I do want to give you all a fair warning. Please be sure to check the battery on your vehicle. Make sure that it is still in good condition and it is not on its way out, because the last thing you need is to be stranded in the cold whilst you're trying to get somewhere, either getting to or from work or any of that fun stuff. And plus also, as it is getting colder, the cold weather is fairly harsh on the life of batteries as well. So you do need to, it is something to consider. Also, since it is getting colder and, air is an ideal gas, or at the very least, it can be assumed to be an ideal gas, meaning that it expands with heat and contracts with a lack of heat. do be sure you properly fill up your tires with air so that you're not, you know, at risk of a tire blowout or the tire becoming unseated from the wheel, especially while driving at, you know, high speed during any of the holiday driving during the Thanksgiving season. I definitely want all of you to be safe out there, please. And one of the easiest ways to be safe is to make sure your vehicle is properly maintained. Alright. We do have a front exhaust manifold that needs to be replaced. Front exhaust manifold. That's from the V8 engine. Big old V8 mower. Get this all bolted up in there. Nice and snug. Just a couple Uggas on the impact wrench. Who needs a torque spec? Let's get this vehicle raised up. Oh, and we did pass 6,000 experience points. So once we are completed this job, we can upgrade ourselves, upgrade our tool proficiencies just a little bit more. Alright, so it's 2 front exhaust pipe, 2 catalytic converters, and 2 rear mufflers. Alright, front exhaust pipe V8, 2 catalytic converters, and 2 rear mufflers. Very, very symmetrical. It's oddly satisfying in my opinion. Middle muffler, exhaust pipe, rear muffler. Let's get this on. And there we go. Vehicle has been repaired. It can be, customer can be sent on their way. We can be paid. Alright, let us get the electronic meter. That'll help us with the diagnosis for the vehicle. Especially more modern vehicles. Alright. Ooh, we can finally work on the Sakurai GT20, which is based off of the Toyota GT2000. Oh, sorry, Toyota 2000 GT. Got a little bit, got my numbers and alphanumericals mixed up. Alright, left headlight, right headlight, front right door. Alright, so let's get that fixed. GT20. Left headlight, right headlight, left door? Right door. I'm glad I double checked that. Right door. Left side, right side. Then at the side. Alright. We have the vehicle now on to the left. We can sell these components for just a little bit of extra money. Alright, loud exhaust, and it has gearbox issues. Let's check to see if the starter is on the side. It is on the engine side of the car, so let's remove that so we can actually get rid of the gearbox. Alright, we do need to remove these 2 exhaust manifolds to get to all the actual exhaust components that need to be replaced. Because these bolt up directly to the exhaust pipes. So let's get that fixed. Alright, oh, it's a beautiful, beautiful car. Fun fact about the GT, the 2000 GT that I may or may not have stated in another stream, but as a James Bond fan, it is still really, really cool. In one of the James Bond movies that this is featured in, they actually had to commission a special convertible version of this vehicle to be created so that the main actor could properly fit into the car, because otherwise he was way too tall to comfortably sit in the vehicle. It is pretty funny. But no, now those convertible variants are not only extremely rare, but also extremely valuable. I think they only made like 3 of them. So with that, you know, it is, and then it's also, you know, has the pop cultural icon as well of being used in a in a James Bond movie. So that also kind of bumps up the desirability factor as well. And the 2000 GT is absolutely gorgeous vehicle. Alright, we have a clutch plate. What else needs to be replaced? Clutch release bearing and gearbox. Perfect. Clutch release bearing and the semi-4 rear-wheel drive. Let's get this all put together. And then we can lower the vehicle, put on the starter and the exhaust manifold. And then from there, we can send the customer on their way. And we are just a little bit closer to being able to finally start restoring our own cars. Picking and choosing what we want to buy, what we want to sell, all the fun stuff. Alright, let's lower the vehicle down. Get the engine bay components put in. There we go. Very, very nice. And then finally, the exhaust manifold. Let's get this bolted up to the front exhaust pipe section. These bolted on. Nice and easy. And there we go. And finish the job. Get a little bit of extra money. Facing the wrong way. Get yourself reoriented, Isaac. And mouse and keyboard controls, I am not very proficient in. Alright. Alrighty, let's work on this Bolt Hellcat, which looks very much like the GM A-body cars, which is, the Oldsmobile Cutlass, your Chevrolet El Camino, your Chevrolet Chevelle SS, your Malibu. A fun fact for all of you Marylanders, as I myself am also a Marylander. The GM A-body cars, for the longest time, they were actually manufactured, or at the very least assembled in the later years. Some of them were assembled and manufactured right in Baltimore. Just a little fun fact. Unfortunately, there is no more GM, to my knowledge, doesn't manufacture any vehicles in Baltimore anymore. But at the time, it was really, really cool. Alright, the trunk, right headlight, front right door, front left door, and front left fender. Okay, so both doors. Front left door, front right door, front left fender, and trunk. Let's get that in there. Front right door, front left door, front left fender. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, and right headlight. Yep, I see that. That needs to be replaced. Let's get that replaced. Right headlight. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, we need to replace the engine oil. And we need to replace the timing as well on this car. And the car itself is also loud. Alright, so let's get this exhaust manifold off of here. Boop, boop, boop. Let's get this side off as well. We do have two exhaust manifolds to replace from the V8 overhead valve engine. Get this put back onto the vehicle. Looks so much better when it's brand new. Very, very nice. Alright, let's get working on those timing components. So let's get the radiator fan off. As you can see, this is a belt-driven fan as opposed to an electric fan. Let's get the water pump pulley off, as well as the water pump. And let's get to these timing components. That's the crankshaft pulley. Let's get the timing cover off the vehicle. We can see the timing chain and all the timing gears and all that stuff. And yeah, the timing chain and the cam gear definitely need to be replaced. Cam gear, timing chain. Cam gear, V8 overhead valve. Get the timing chain. And let's get the water pump. And the water pump pulley. Preferably the non-supercharger version. As if we try to get the supercharger version, it'd be the wrong component for this current vehicle. Unless we try to swap the engine out with a supercharged variant, but no, we do not have one of those in this. If we were restoring the vehicle, we could put in a supercharged engine, but otherwise, no, we would need the customer itself. None of the customer's cars, to my knowledge, come in pre-tuned with anything. Let's get that bolt in there. Alright, brake problems, and we need to do some exhaust work and the oil change. Alright, let's get this. While it's raising, let's get the oil filter. Let's get the V8 overhead valve oil filter. Let's get this oil drain under the vehicle. Let's line this up here. Remove that. Let the oil drain into the drain pan. There we go. Move this out from under the vehicle. Now I can work on the exhaust system. And there isn't a whole lot to that, to the vehicle, because this is a pre-emissions vehicle. So when they have a rear exhaust muffler, and that's it. Okay, let's get that fixed. Middle muffler and a rear muffler with the V8 overhead valve vehicle. Basically, it is a straight shot out of the car. Alright, car is loud. That has been fixed. Alright, now, let's work on the brake problems. Let's get the, check all four corners of the car. As you can see, the brake drum itself is quite bad, as well as the brake shoes here. So let's get our braking components. Brake drum, brake shoe. And then the rims. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now we can go back to this side, the driver's side of the car. Let's check the drum brakes here, and the brake shoe, and the drum wheel cylinder definitely need to be replaced. So let's get that all nice and mounted to the vehicle. Put back the wheel. Nice. Now let's take a look at the front of the car. Alright, back to the passenger side. And I can see here, definitely, we need a new brake disc and a new brake caliper. And the caliper, essentially, what it does is the caliper, give me a second. Okay, just a caliper and the disc. The pad is fine. Brake disc ventilated. Yeah. I am sorry. The caliper, so essentially, when you press down on the brake pedal, okay, that pushes a plunger onto what's known as the master cylinder. And that's usually up in the vehicle right here. You can actually see it right here, the brake servo. Alright, and that pushes fluid through a series of small tubes to your calipers at the front and your calipers or your brake pistons at the rear. And basically, due to the law of conservation of pressure, I forgot the actual law. Give me a second. I'm an engineer and I forgot the name of the actual law. So Pascal's law Um, as you can see, most of the time I've just memorized the formulas and I don't remember the names. But no, Pascal's law is basically the displacement versus pressure ratio is going to be the same. So for example, if a piston 1 has an area of 10 square inches and it is pressed forward 1 inch, then a piston that's connected to that with an area of like 1 square inch will be moved forward 10 inches. Basically, the braking system uses Pascal's law to push forward the pistons in the caliper and at your drums in the rear if you have drums in the rear, or at the calipers in the rear if you have discs at the rear, to press the brake pads against the brake rotors. And basically, the brake pads are a friction material, and what they do is, as they're pressing up against the rotors, due to the law of conservation of energy, that turns the kinetic energy, the movement energy of your car, into heat energy. I need to refill the engine with oil. Give me 1 second. And so, because of that, you are able to stop. Now you might be wondering, well, if I just let off the gas, my car slows down and eventually stops too. You are right, because no system is 100% efficient. So there's always going to be other bits of resistance, rolling resistance, friction within the engine components, friction between the tires and the road, that also generate heat, which basically transform your kinetic energy into thermal energy. Now, one way to make cars more efficient is the hybridization system, which, as opposed to using transforming your kinetic energy purely into heat energy, a regenerative braking system basically acts as a reverse electric motor. So it turns your kinetic energy into electrical energy. And that system itself is already, has been in place for quite a while, and in a way, it's been in place for quite a while with alternators. Alternators take the kinetic energy of the belt, turning the pulley, and turns it into electrical energy that helps keep the battery charged. And regenerative braking basically just allows you to turn that kinetic energy of the entire vehicle into electrical energy. And then from there, because electric motors kind of work both ways, it can be used as a generator, but it can also be used to convert that electrical energy back into kinetic energy by moving your vehicle forwards, which is, really, really cool. Alright, what is wrong with this? We have sloppy car steering. Alright, whole bunch of issues. That's fine. Let's take a look at the vehicle. Alright, the exhaust manifold definitely needs to be replaced here. Let's get that sorted, shall we? Alright, only one exhaust manifold needs to be replaced. V8 overhead valve exhaust manifold. Get that put back in here. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, let's get the vehicle up on the lift, and let's start taking a look at these gearbox issues. Let's move the drive shaft. Alright, let's move up front. Alright, we gotta remove the starter. Let's get that off of there. Let's move the gearbox. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, we're gonna move the pressure plate now. And I see that flywheel. The flywheel definitely needs to be replaced. Okay. Alright, flywheel and the gearbox. Let's go to the gearbox section here. Get our flywheel. Where's our V8 overhead valve gearbox? There it is. Nice. Very nice. Let's get this all bolted up here. Okay, is it gonna let me? Come on, register that the drive shaft needs to be put back on. There we go. The drive shaft, putting that back on, it is a little bit finicky at times. But now that's on. Now we can focus on the exhaust system. So a rear muffler, a middle muffler, and a front exhaust pipe. All directly on the same side of the vehicle. So front exhaust pipe, middle muffler, and no, rear muffler. V8 overhead valve. Different components. Come on. That would have been a fairly expensive mistake. Alright, good. Exhaust systems have been fixed. Now let's start taking apart the rear of the vehicle. Get this all sorted. Alright, brake drum. That goes bye-bye. Alright, leaf spring U-bolt. Let's get this off of here. Another one here. Let's get that off. Yeah, there isn't a whole lot to these live axle rear suspensions. They're very simplistic, which is why they were used so often, especially in a lot of older American cars. Because, you know, it also helped save weight, but at the cost of worse vehicle handling. So with that, you know, you do need to consider the trade-off, which is why a lot of European cars, which were, you know, at the time were focusing on, you know, sports car racing and stuff like that, had more of the independent rear suspensions, because they could handle the extra weight as in order to get better vehicle handling. But a lot of the American cars, which at the time were focusing on like stock car racing and drag racing, they wanted that reduced weight, and they wanted the extra rear strength, rear suspension strength, to be able to handle heavy loads as well. So with that, they went a lot. Many vehicles used a live axle or a solid axle rear suspension. All right, we have 3 leaf spring U-bolts. So let's get that. 1, 2, 3. Leaf spring plate and a small rubber bushing. Get that all put in there. Leaf spring plate. Here's our, oh gosh, camera issues. Leaf spring U-bolts. Let's get these all bolted in there. Nice and easy. Leaf spring U-bolt. And another leaf. Ooh. Thought I got 3 leaf spring U-bolts. Oh, 3 leaf spring U-bolts now. Alright, we need 2 drum wheel cylinders. And 2 brake drums. Alright, let's get that as well. Now let's get the rear braking system all reassembled. This wheel all bolted up. Beautiful white wall tires. Back again to the driver's side of the vehicle. Alright, now let's move to the front of the car as we get this all disassembled and repaired. Oh, fun. I see one of the issues. At the brake pad, that's off. Wheel hub cap, front wheel hub, that's bad. Thankfully, the front suspension of this vehicle is also fairly simplistic, but not quite nearly as simplistic as the rear is. Got a tie rod that needs to come off, and a tie rod that needs to come off. Let's get this off so I can get the wheel hub off. Nope. Yes, please. Alright, bottom suspension arm. Get this all disassembled. Alright, now let's get this side all fixed. Or at the very least, disassembled here as well. Get that off there. Right this ventilator. Oh, this is so soothing. Just working with all the mechanical bits and components and everything. Honestly, in a different life, I would love to have started my own garage, working on custom cars and everything. Getting, building all the cool customs and taking customer orders. Alright, we have a steering rack. So I love my classic cars. I love my tuners. I love cars. Cars are so cool. I need a tie rod. I think an outer one as well. I need a front steering knuckle. Front steering knuckle B. Let's get that. Put on there. Front wheel hub. I'm gonna need one of those. Front wheel hub. The wheel hub cap in there. Alright, we have a bottom suspension arm we need to replace. Bottom suspension arm. A voicemail shock absorber. Both of those are good. Front spring, we need to replace one of those. Front shock absorber cap, both of those are good. The suspension arm, both of these are in good condition. Alright, we do need another sway bar front end link B. Alright, now let's get this outer tie rod end one here. Get the ventilated brake disc. Okay, so we disc pad rotor. Caliper. There we go. Yeah. Did I say disc pad rotor? I meant caliper disc pad. That's the bottom suspension arm. Bolted up here. Wishbone shock absorber. Let's get this bolted up. Inner tie rod, outer tie rod. Sway bar front end link. Front wheel hub. Let's get this all bolted up. Dick was almost ready to go back out onto the road. This was a longer job, but definitely enjoyable working on the classic cars. And I got quite a bit of money from that as well. Very, very nice. Alright, let's take another order. Let's try to take a shorter order. Ooh, get to work on a modern Mustang now. Yes. Alright. Ooh, a lot of running gear issues. Alright, let's get this car up on the lift. Let's take a look at it. Here we go. Beautiful car as well. I love both my classic and my mod and American muscle cars. Oh boy. Alright. I forgot this is this car has a fairly complex rear suspension. Everything is very, very tightly packed in there. Alright, rear suspension arm. Let's get that knocked out. Alright, I think everything else is good on. Ooh, nope, I see you. The rubber bushing. Now let's get this side off as well. How do I get to you? Rear suspension arm B. Everything else appears to be in good condition. So rear suspension arm A, rear suspension arm B, rubber bushing, spring cap. Okay. Rear suspension arm B, rear suspension arm A, spring cap, and a rubber bushing. And that is all the issues at the rear of the vehicle, which means there's going to be quite a lot to fix at the front. Oh well, that's fine. We at least narrowed it down. The rear suspension is usually a bit less complex than the front suspension in terms of sheer number of components. That does allow us to kind of figure out by process of elimination first where some of the issues are, and if we don't see any more from here, we know that the rest are at the front. So we're not spending a whole bunch of time looking around trying to figure out where all the vehicle issues are. And here, oh yep, that definitely needs to be fixed. Okay. Let's get you off there. Remove you. Remove the front wheel hub. Come on, please. There we go. Okay, now let's get all of these components unmounted. We're gonna have to remove both sway bar front end links. And that's... What? Oh. Completely missed that. Alright, one of the front springs is bad. Front steering knuckle. Alright, back over. Ooh. Okay, good. All the front rubber bushings are good. That's very, very good. Alright, let's get this side all repaired. And again, we're going to need to remove quite a bit of the suspension components here. Oh yeah, that is quite a lot to Alright, front end link A, we need to repair one of those, as well as a new sway bar. Oh, yep, remove you. Alright, remove you. Remove you. What else am I? Oh, out of tie rod. Whoopsie daisies. Part not discovered. Well, not discovered. We'll find it. I'm not seeing anything at the front, so maybe there was something at the rear we missed. Alright, well that's fine. Let's front sway bar. Yeah, standard front sway bar. Sway bar front and link A. Let's get that all in there. Front steering knuckle A. Let's get those in. And we need 2 of these, which is nice. Saves money, or saves time in the tablet. Front wheel hub cap, lower suspension arm, both of those are good. Alright, outer tie rod, both of those are good. Alright, front spring, we need 1 of those. Very, very nice. Front shock absorber cap one there. We have purchased both of the front suspension links. Brake pads, brake calipers. Let's put the rim on. Another one of the oh, nope. Alright, we need a front wheel hub. Front wheel hub. There we are. Okay, perfect. Let's get the lower suspension arm one there. Connect that all up to the front steering knuckle, outer tie rod, which connects the steering rack to the steering knuckle. Get the front spring in there, the front shock absorber, which, you know, helps dampen, prevents the car from just constantly bouncing back and forth over the bumps. Get that all mounted up there. And I'm still missing a component somewhere. And now I am trying to figure out... Oh no! Okay. I don't know why the game decided. I'll take it. I will take it. That is perfectly fine. Let us, there we go. A decent amount of money. Sell all of these components. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Let's get another customer vehicle in because you don't have quite enough experience points to do another upgrade. The little mallet. Sure, let's take it. So what all is wrong with it? Everything is wrong with it. That's fine. Pretty much engine and gearbox. Okay. Engine power has failed. Both need replacing. Timing components. Not exhaust and gearbox problems. Thankfully, everything's pretty much accessible from here. So let us do a compression tester because the car has no onboard diagnostic system. OBD systems were only really introduced back during the 80s with OBD1. And a cool little tidbit about, oh yeah, okay, the engine's gonna need to be completely... Oh, no, okay. No, this is gonna be fairly easy, I think. It's an air-cooled engine. Should be fairly easy to take apart. Where was I? Yeah, okay, so back during the 80s, you had OBD1. Which was onboard diagnostics system, and it was the first generation of them. And basically, for each of those, each of the cars had a different means of figuring out what was wrong with them, or at least what the error code was. Now that ran into a bit of an issue with the backyard, not only the backyard mechanic, but a lot of independent service shops, because they would need different tools to be able to repair those cars, and just to be able to figure out what was wrong with those cars. And that caused lots and lots of issues. And plus also, it wasn't really easily decipherable either. So what happened was during the 90s, 96 is when it became standard, but they released OBD2, which had a universal plug. And with that, with the universal plug, you could pretty much plug any OBD reader into a car with OBD2, and you could get a reading as to what the error codes were, which is nice. Let's get this fuel pump off there. Get all of these fan covers off. Now this is an air-cooled engine, which basically means that as opposed to having a radiator and a cooling system, instead it just uses the air passing over the engine itself to cool the engine. And basically it just has a massive, huge oil capacity in order to properly allow for proper cooling, just in case it gets just a little bit warm. Let's get the cylinder head out of there. Yeah, let's take this all off. Valve push rod cover. Get the valve oil tube off. Oh yeah. Okay. So let's raise the vehicle up. Let's drain the oil from the engine. Alright, where is the drain plug? There you are. Get this all lined up. Oop. The drain plug. Get that all nice and in there. Now I can begin getting to the lower side of the engine. It's still it's missing two, got two more components I haven't found with regards to the engine power. I want to believe it's probably the fuel filter. Let's get this removed so that we can remove the transmission and see what's wrong with that. As you can see, this vehicle is laid out very, very differently than a lot of other cars we've been working on, being both rear-engined and you know, air-cooled. Does make for a very, very unique experience working on the car, which kind of breaks some of the monotony, a little bit of the monotony anyway, of getting all this out and fixed. The clutch plate, definitely bad. Alright, gearbox issues. Clutch plate, flywheel cover, gearbox. Okay, let's go to the mallet store, gearbox. Clutch plate, flywheel cover, gearbox. Gearbox. Well, let's work on the engine issues first on the vehicle. So let's lower the vehicle back down. Let's get the engine components out that are causing us issues. Centrifugal oil filter. Get this out. Still two components we haven't found. Crankshaft. Oh, timing cover. Duh. Probably a timing issue. That's the other thing. You kind of get to. Oh, nope. And I do need to put in new timing parts anyway. Cam gear. Timing chain. Timing. Oh gosh, no. Remove that. Let's remove the small cam gear. Alright, filter, timing parts, loud exhaust. Okay, we found out what everything is now. We need a small cam gear. And a cam gear. We need a timing chain. Let's get this all on. It's all bolted up. There's quite a lot of components we need to fix on this car. And usually when they come in, they're always in pretty rough shape. So we definitely want to crankshaft pulley. Let's get this bolted in. Roll oil filter. There we go. Alright, we need a distributor. Cap. And the rotor. Get that fixed. There we go. Beautiful. Put all these components back in. Oh, push rod. Okay. We need 2 push rods. Oil tube, get that in there. Alright, we need a fuel pump. Let's get that in there. Now we need a cylinder. And as you can see, this engine can be taken apart quite a lot. And it's a whole bunch of like little itty bitty finicky components that are holding it together. The joys of tiny little air-cooled twin-cylinder engines. I need a spark plug. Let's put that spark plug in there. Carburetor elbow. The engine head cover back on. We're gonna need to refill this all with oil as well. We gotta make sure we don't forget that. We need 2 exhaust manifolds. And it's basically just tiny little exhaust elbow. The bolts onto each cylinder. Get this side, get this on there. Beautiful. Let's get the big old muffler on now. Let's bolt it to the exhaust manifolds, and then let's mount the straps that'll hold the rest of it in place to the engine. Very simplistic, very cheap design. Rear fan cover. This is basically the cooling system of the car. Come on, let me that last bolt. Front fan cover. Bolt up to the rear fan cover, and you can see the fan right here inside of the car. Basically blows the engine, blows the hot air out, blows the cold air in. Top fan cover, let's get that in there. And it's also used as the intake system for the vehicle for how allowing air to enter the vehicle. Alright, so we need an air filter, and we need a fuel filter. Air to enter the engine, shall we say. Alright, let's put these clips back on. Because you need air if you want combustion. The generator back on. It's all up. Let's get the thermostat cover. That helps regulate the engine air temperature, prevent the engine from being too cold or too warm. And that, alright. Let's get back under the car, put things back together underneath. We repair a lot of the gearbox issues. Because, dear Lord, we know there was a lot of them. plate, pressure plate, get that bolted in. Light recover, let's get that bolted in, all brand new and nice. Okay, let's get the starter reinstalled. The oil pan. Alright, and finally, let's get these rear drive axles in, and let's refill the engine back up with oil. And then we can send the customer on their way. That was a fairly long job, actually. But we got to work on the little itty bitty Malach. Be cool owning one of these cars in real life. Alright, we'll fill plug. And let's fill the engine with oil. Glug 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 glug. I love filling my car with oil brand motor oil. And there we go. We have plenty of parts we can sell for just a little bit of extra money, which is good. Alrighty. That's ooh, yes! Yes, awesome! Okay, we have enough experience points to finally start getting the repair upgrades. And basically, with this, the higher this is, the higher the chance we can just repair parts as opposed to just needing to sell them, which allows us to sell those parts at a much higher price. Not only that, but once you get to level 5, that allows us to repair the frame of the vehicle, which then begins, that allows us to basically do complete restorations of these cars. And ooh. So basically need 4,000 more experience points or to get to, 11,000 experience total. Alrighty then, let us take a look. Let's take this Royale Crown. Alright, what needs replacing? Alright, poor brake performance. Alright, loud, gearbox issues, body parts. A whole lot of body parts. Okay, that's good. That'll allow us to get more money. Let's get the hood off. Front bumper. Right headlight? Yeah. What else? Front left fender. Really? Oh, yep. Rear left door, I can see that. Left tail light. Right tail light. Alright, let's get some of these components back on. Let's get these 2 tail lights. And then the rear left door. Front left fender. The hood, let's get that. Need a front bumper. And a front right headlight. What are we missing? The trunk. Oh, whoopsie daisies. Really? I don't see anything wrong with the trunk. But okay. I'll take their word for it. I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. Alright, that's nice. That's been all addressed. Alright, we can sell all of these components for a nice cool $454. Alright. Oh, fun. I'm glad I trucked in here first because this one, we need to remove the turbo. Yes, this car is a turbocharged front-wheel drive inline 4 cylinder. we gotta remove the starter as well. And we can take a look at the ABS system, and the ABS pump and the ABS module both need repair, which is good. That means we can get that all fixed real quick. ABS module, ABS pump. ABS pump, ABS module. Two very quick components to replace. And we do get decent commission for repairing them as well. Alright, let's get up under the car now. Let's work on the exhaust system. Alright, front exhaust section, I4 turbo, middle muffler, exhaust pipe, rear muffler. Pretty much the entire system. Alright, front exhaust section, turbo, middle muffler, rear muffler. Oh, I need an exhaust pipe. I just need a standard exhaust pipe as well. Oop. Get that in there. Very nice. An exhaust section turbo. Okay. Now we just need to fix the gearbox issues and the brakes. So let's go to the front. Let's start working our way towards removing many of the components towards getting the gearbox. Because we basically need to remove both the front drive axles to allow us to remove the drive shaft. Yeah, front-wheel drive vehicles are a little bit of a pain to work on at times, because to remove some of these components, you need to really kind of get way up in there, and everything is very, very compact. Alright, so we need a gearbox. We need a pressure plate, and I can see that we need a new flywheel as well. Okay, that is fine. So let's get all of that. Gearbox, pressure plate, flywheel, gearbox, inline 4. Yep, there we go. Flywheel, clutch plate, clutch pressure plate. Boop, 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 boop. Get this gearbox in there. Big ol' heavy boy. These are both up. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Bad Isaac. Bad Isaac. Okay, let's get the brakes system sorted out now. Brakes, I need a ventilated disc brake. Let's do that. I need 2 sets of brake pads. That's fine. And I think I need, yeah, I do need 1 caliper as well. That's good. I need to make sure I remember that. Tablet. Brake caliper. Now let's move back to the driver's side of the car. Get this all assembled, and then we can finally work on just the remaining brake components. And then get the stuff up top all reassembled as well. And then from there, ooh. Yes. Very, very nice. Very nice. Alright. So now we just need... And now we just need a braking system. So let's go to the rear. Oh, and yep, okay. Solid rear discs, caliper, and pads. We have 3 that are fixed here. Let's get that sorted. Boom, boom, boom. I want you in my room. The song is copyrighted by the Venga Boys. Boom, 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 boom. And they'll sue, sue, sue. They'll sue the pants off you if you sing the song. The song that goes boom, boom. As you can see, I am not a the singer. one bit. I'm just a guy that likes cars and likes talking about cars. There we go. Oh, nope. I need to reinstall the starter as well as some of the front exhaust sections, including that turbo. Let's not sell the customer's turbo from them. That would be very, very bad. That'd be very, very, very mean to the customer. They would be lacking quite a bit of power from that inline four-cylinder engine. And there we go. Ooh, yes. Big money, big money. $12,000. Then we get another 500 from selling all these components. Oh yeah, we have plenty of money. We just need experience points. We just need experience points to finally begin working on these cars. Oh, the Royale GTR. Yes, please. Very, very beautiful. Based on the Mercedes SLS AMG. It even has the gull wing doors. Oh, very nice. Sweet. Alright, but let's see what's wrong with it. Alright, we need to sprite the factory color. That'd be nice and quick. And then we have some gearbox and exhaust issues. So let's repaint the car first. It is in a fairly nice brown, actually. Let's paint that. There we go. Take it back to the garage. And then finally, let us move it to the left lifter. You know what we should have done? I'm a dummy. I should have checked the exhaust manifolds. Clean. Dirty. Yep, that needs to be fixed. Front exhaust manifold V8. Let's get that off of there. Front exhaust manifold V8. There we go. Let's put you back on there. Alright, let's close this up. Raise the vehicle up. And now I can focus on the exhaust and the gearbox. Alright. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Front exhaust pipe, cat. Middle muffler. Exhaust pipe. Got it. Alright, exhaust. Front exhaust pipe, cat. Middle muffler. Exhaust pipe. There we go. Middle muffler. Cat. Front exhaust pipe. Let's get these all installed into the vehicle. Very, very nice. Alright, let's get the drive shaft off so we can take off that gearbox and take a look at what all is wrong aside from the gearbox itself, because oh boy, that gearbox is definitely in need of repair. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, gotta take out the starter. Take out the gearbox. Just one component that definitely needs repairing. Alright, we need to replace the clutch pressure plate. And I think that's it. Yeah, because everything else looks fine. Yes, it does. Okay. Gearbox, clutch pressure plate, gearbox, V8. Not the V8 overhead valve version. Let's get the standard V8 gearbox. Let's get the clutch release bearing in there, the gearbox. There we go. And then let's get the starter back in. Boop, 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 boop. And then finally, let us add in the drive shaft. Yeah, shaft. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. Alright, now we can finish the job. a nice cool $5,000. Man, we need more experience points, and we are not getting that. Alright, let's take this job for the Royale Crown. Alright, let's see what's wrong with it. I think gearbox and suspension. Nope, exhaust and suspension. Alright, let's get this removed. Alright, we need to remove the turbo. Boop, 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 boop. Remove the exhaust manifold. Alright, let's get the vehicle up on the lift. The front exhaust section and middle muffler. Very, very nice. Very, very quick. Front exhaust section turbo and the middle muffler. There we go. Middle muffler, front exhaust section. Okay, now let's look at the. Oh gosh. That is a lot of components that are wrong with the vehicle. Okay, that's fine. Let's get this fixed. Let's get this fixed. Let's get you out of there. Let's get you out of there. Alright, rear wheel hub. That's one bad thing. Get that out. Upper arm. Let's get you out of there. Upper cap. Rear spring. Spring cap. Spring arm. Bushing, sway bar rear end link, rear shock absorber A, another small rubber bushing. Let's get you removed here. Boop, boop, boop. Rear suspension on B. There we go. Entire right side has been disassembled. Alright, all the bushings look fine. Alright, these are going to need to come off. We're basically disassembling the entire rear suspension of the car here. That's fine. It will give us all the fun experience points though. So every component we remove gives us 1 XP, including jobs gives us a little bit more XP. Get this out of here. Remove you. Remove you. Alright, let's get this rubber bushing out of there. Remove this rear suspension arm. Get that out of there. Rear suspension on B. Okay. Rear knuckle axle housing. Rear knuckle axle housing A. Let's get that in there. Rear suspension arm, we will need one of those. Rear suspension arm. Rear suspension on B, both of those are good. Rear shock absorber, both of those are good. Rear wheel hub, we need one of those. Rear wheel hub. Oop. Alright, rear sway bar end link, both of those are good. Small rubber bushing, both of those are good. We will need a rear suspension arm A. So let's get one of those. Rear suspension upper arm. Spring cap, both of those are good. We will need a rear spring. Rear shock absorber cap, we will need one of those as well. Yep. Okay. Get this rubber bushing in there. And I think this side has been reassembled. I think. Give me a second. Yeah, okay. It looks like it has. Break this. Rear wheel hubcap. Boop, boop. It's all screwed in. Back on the rim. Alright. Passenger side has been completed. Let's get the driver side now. Rear axle and upper housing. The rear sway bar link. Rear wheel hub. Very, very nice. Getting this all head on, back on. Rear suspension upper arm. Yeah, we're slowly fixing these components. Getting them all back on there. Suspension arm B. Beautiful. Rear suspension arm. Boop, boop, boop. Rubber bushing. Bolt that in. Brake disc. Brake pads. Brake caliper. And then finally the wheel. And then we can focus on all the front suspension issues, which is going to be fun. There's still plenty there. Alright, what's all wrong here? Alright, well, let's get this removed. Alright, I see a bad bushing. I see a bad outer tie rod. See this front drive axle. Oh, that's good. Alright, we need to remove... Oh, we still need to remove all that stuff just to get the front sway bar fixed. That's fine. I can find the sway bar front end link. There we go. I don't know why I'm doing that. I can remove this now. No, I can't, because I'm a dummy. I gotta get the other side. I like the hard boom sound it makes. Kind of, hey dummy, you're forgetting something. Alright. That needs to be replaced, as well as the wheel hub bearing. Alright, that spring needs to go. Bye-bye. And be replaced with a new spring. Front sway bar. Front shock absorber. And then there's the outer tie rod. Okay. And I think... Yeah, that is everything. Alright, so we need 2 outer tie rods. And we need a front sway bar. I'm glad that was not a front sway bar B. I took a risk on that. Paid off. That's good. I need a front spring. Get that bolted in. Front shock absorber. Oop, oop. Shock absorber cap. Very, very nice. Very nice. Let's get the, we need a front wheel hub bearing. Come on. Rah, rah, rah. Bearing. Nope. I need 2 front drive axles. Front drive axles. There we go. Oops, if you bolted in there. And I need 2 of those. So let's buy 2 of those. Alright, this side is all good. I need a rubber bushing. All bolted in there. Beautiful. Front shock absorber cap. And the outer tie rod end. Awesome. Now we can lower the vehicle, get that exhaust manifold on there. And reinstall the starter. Almost there. We don't need to reinstall the starter, we need to reinstall the turbocharger. Alright, my apologies. Here we go. Oh, I knew I was forgetting something. Thank you, game, for reminding me. That would have been a very unpleasant driving experience for them. What am I missing? Oh, an entire rubber bushing rear suspension arm. Spring cap, spring, rear shock absorber cap. Oh, that's on me. That is on me. Okay, I can sell all these components now. Alright, one more job and then we'll probably call it a night. We're getting ever closer. We're getting ever closer to finally being able to restore our own vehicles. Alright, let's get this FMW Panther. Should be fairly quick. Fairly high profit job. What are... Alright, engine oil filter, filters, brakes, loud. Got it. Alright, all the filters. Alright. Tablet. To these filters. Fuel filter, air filter, oil filter, V8. Okay, good. Let's get this in. Place the fuel filter. Boop, boop. Alright, get these clips off, please. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Remove you, put you back together. Put this back on. Nice. Alright, do I need the front? Yes, okay. Exhaust manifold needs to be repaired. Let's get this all unbolted. Alright. Manifold. Exhaust manifold, V8. Let's get this reinstalled here. Beautiful. Alright, let's get this vehicle up on the lift. Let's get the oil drain. Get it under the car so we can drain the oil. It's nice and lined up. Plug out. Let the oil drain out of the vehicle. There we go. This out of the way. Alright, oil filter. Alright, front exhaust pipe, middle muffler, exhaust pipe, and 2 rear mufflers. I remembered none of that. Rear muffler, rear muffler. I do remember that at least. Alright, we have an exhaust pipe to add to our inventory. Oop. Middle muffler. There you are. And then a front exhaust pipe that needs to be repaired. There we go. Alright, let's get the oil filter in. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, now we just need to fix the brake system. So let's get that all sorted. We have brake pad and brake caliper repaired here. Let's get that in. Alright, one corner of the car has been repaired. Brake pads. Let's get these rear brakes fixed now. Get the alright, we have brake pads and the brake disc. A solid brake disc, a non-ventilated brake disc. Get these in there. Beautiful, beautiful. Get the rim back on. And one final corner. Get this all sorted. Oh, and it needs rotors, pads, and calipers. That's fine. Alright, caliper, rotor, pad. Get that assembled. Boop, boop, boop. Alright, let's lower the vehicle back down. And there we go. Let's sell off this inventory. And let's get a vehicle in the garage so we can start the next time. Yeah, let's get the Spectre. We'll be working on that next time we are playing the game. Okay. Ooh. Very, very nice. Okay. I am going to be calling it now for the night. I'm gonna save and exit the menu. But thank you all for coming to watch. I do appreciate it. If you did enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, let me know what I did well. If you didn't like the video, please dislike, hit that dislike button. Let me know what I did terribly so I can improve in the future. If I don't know what I'm doing wrong, I can improve. So any bit of feedback is always appreciated. With that being said though, I've been Umbras. I will be streaming again tomorrow, playing Automotive. But until then, well, after that though, I will be taking a little bit of a break due to the Thanksgiving holiday. If you do celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. I do hope the day is great. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, may you still have a great day. And regardless, that's probably going to be it for now. I've been Umbras. Wherever you're in the world, whatever time of day it is, may it be a great time. Thank you all for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye.